Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kristýna.
And this is our podcast,
Let's Chew the Fat. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the new episode of Let's Chew the Fat podcast.
We're back together again. We're back to normal episodes.
Wasn't the last episode a normal episode?
That's very true. Well, I'm confused.
I just haven't edited.
This is a problem with our world. We're going to figure that out. But for you guys, we were already back together again in the last episode, so forget about that. Today, we're going to talk about fun facts about our home country. So about the Czech Republic and about Switzerland. We've collected a little list. And these are mostly just things I think that we would mention to friends or each other, and we would be like, wait a second, what? So we hope they're actually as interesting as we think they are. Okay, Kristýna's might not be. But yeah, and as always, we're going to talk about our past week. What was your highlight or your main
Well, my
thing?
sister was here. She came on Wednesday morning and she left Monday morning. And we had a great time. I mean, again, I didn't do anything to university because the week before that I was in Portugal. Now she was here. But somehow I think so far it's worked. I don't want to jinx it. But so far, like, I've been doing well. I've been trying now to catch up with all the university work.
I don't think you're even that far behind.
No, I don't think I'm behind. I was trying to get ahead.
Oh.
Because of, like, exams and everything, which I haven't been able to. And today I remembered I have to do, like, another assignment for the Buenas Prácticas class that I forgot. And it's always terrifying, but because I don't know. Well, it's fine. I'll manage to do it, hopefully. And so apart from that, I think I've been doing well with the university, I guess, like with assignments. And when my sister was here, it was really nice. We went to get sushi. We went to get bubble tea. We met a lot of new people in these, like, few days. Everything was super... How would you describe it? Because I told you the story yesterday.
I would say connected. And just a lot of things happened by coincidence that then in the end were kind of connected, maybe.
Yes. A lot of weird coincidences that then, like, connected, like, all of them together. And it was just, like, a weird thing to experience. But it was also cool. Because I met some nice people. Oh, we also went to the Nomad Museo Inmersivo.
Oh.
Which was so cool. It's in Madrid and it's basically, like, made out of these lights. There's a lot of lights and a lot of, like, fluorescent colors. And then also there are the VR glasses where you see, like, a special world. And another activity was, like, painting on the walls where you, like, colored some houses. And then there's also, like, a slide that you can go through to another floor. Oh, and the big, I guess, main thing is a big room where you can sit down. They have these, like, they're called something. I know it. Like the bags on the floor.
Yeah, they do have a name.
Right?
Yeah.
But I can't remember.
Sitzak.
Yeah, like sack. I don't know. It's called something.
Oh, that was... I almost had it.
I feel like...
You guys figure it
out. And then... That's it, I guess.
Where was it at, that museum? Like, was it in a proper, like, museum? Not the museum, the exhibition.
What?
Where was the exhibition?
Like,
location-wise.
Gran Via. It's right next to the metro.
Oh, because I was like, where the hell would they have that space? It's in Gran Via.
But when I think about it, because I'm thinking, like, where in Gran Via, but now I can't figure it out. I can't remember. Maybe, I don't know, to be honest. Like, I don't remember when we got out. Where did we go? Where were we? I don't know.
So
it doesn't matter.
It really affected your brain. And for me, I mean, I'd say the week was pretty unspectacular. And
what a word to use, like, to describe a week. Unspectacular. Like, I've never heard anyone use this word like in a negative.
But I don't mean it in a negative way. It's just
No,
like,
I know. It's
there
just
wasn't
funny.
a concert. There wasn't a, you know?
Yeah.
It was just my
boring in other
No,
words.
but then that would have sounded very harsh. You know what?
Okay.
There were positive moments. It was just the normal. I was just trying to get a lot of work done and a lot of uni work done because I knew that for the weekend I'd be gone because I went to a work event in Germany. I flew out on Friday, flew back on Monday. So it was like 4 days of pretty much me not being able to do anything, which is a big deal because normally, like, especially Friday, like I get a lot of work done. Saturdays too, so I was kind of stressed about that. And yeah, and that work event was like my main, I'd say, like highlight of the week. It was a lot of work, which makes sense, which adds up. Like it was quite exhausting, like long days, not a lot of sleep, so I'm trying to catch up. And if I look tired, it's because I am tired. But it was just so much fun too. It was because, you know, I work like remotely, like most of the time when I'm working, it's just me, myself, my music,
and I,
me, myself, and I, as 5 Sauce once said. But so I love that, like at this event, like I got to meet up with everybody because we have a lot of like people working remotely, and everybody, or like almost everybody, managed to like come to the event. So it was super nice to see everybody, spend time with everybody. We had like a nice company dinner too, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's just always like, I don't know, it's like transported into a different world, you know, and it was super interesting to be there, and I had a great time. And now I'm back and trying to catch up desperately on everything I missed, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite stressed out, but I think it should be okay. I'm also, just the fact that we're going to the cabin this upcoming weekend is not really helping.
It's stressful in the sense that like I'm so excited to go, and I have all these like things we could do, but at the same time I don't know if I can like allow myself to yet again not do anything productive during the weekend, because I mean I have work to do. Like I said, I forgot about the assignment, and I think it's due November 20th, which is sometime next week, right? Is it? No, I think a week after, but still, because the thing is, I don't have a lot of free weekends left here. Because this weekend we're going to the cabin. The weekend after that, my mom is coming with her sister. Then I think I have like 2 free weekends, and then after that my friend is coming, and then exams start and all that. So I'm like kind of panicking a little about the weekends, but technically I can do stuff during the week. Because I always think about it in a way where like weekends are when I'm productive. But
and if you know you don't have the weekend, then like I'm just gonna try to do like as much as possible today. Tomorrow the class got canceled, so I also have more time. Like I'm just gonna try to do.
It's just because we don't even have Friday this time, but I'm gonna try to
Friday
do.
Friday is more stressful. If it's just a weekend, it's okay. But Friday usually like I put a lot of pressure on that day.
But I guess I told myself I'm gonna try to do as much as possible today. I mean, not as much as possible. I'll try to do one assignment. Like I'll try to read the book and write the commentary, which I don't even know.
Both of it.
Because I chose like short books, so technically it should be fine. Or at least I'll read the book and like write the notes in the meantime, or like highlight stuff that I want to comment on. I don't know. I'll try to do something, because then I have a whole list of stuff that I need to do.
I made a to-do list for today. Yesterday I was like, let me plan this out. Let me just sit down.
It's always a bad idea, honestly. Because once you see all the things you need to do. No way I can do all of the things I need to do today. It's fine. You'll do some and you'll do more other times. And maybe we could go to the library again tomorrow after class, right?
Oh, genius. Because we'll be there. We'll actually be there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Because that's what we did yesterday, because, again, this week we got some classes canceled.
Which, thank God.
So we went to the library during that time to work on stuff. And it was honestly really great, because I did finish an assignment I was working on. Oh, it's due tomorrow.
Yeah, and I haven't started it. So, you know.
But it's honestly, in the end, like now that I've written it, it's not that difficult. Because
I'm counting on it.
Literally, I feel like 70%, maybe even more, of the text is actually the quotes.
Yeah.
So like I like transcribed my voice recording, and then I translated it into English, and then once I started putting it together, like it was fast.
Yeah, I don't even have to translate mine, so
yeah,
I'm just counting on like sitting down, like full concentration, and just like doing it.
And I thought I would hate mine, and then in the end I kind of like it.
It's really good. So, it's really good. I love
thank you.
No, like, you know, it evoked emotion, which I feel like is the goal.
And what did I want to say? I don't know. Let's just take this step by step, all these assignments, because I mean, we've been awaiting this time of like stress, and when all the assignments and everything starts to pile up, and especially because we have our first exam in
2.5 weeks,
19 days.
Well, if you want to put it in days, put it in days.
But it's fine. We always manage. So let's try to not stress about it.
It's just November.
Yeah.
November's always.
Honestly, what did stress me out was the fact that I realized I haven't edited the podcast episode yet, which I always do. That
killed me last week.
I always do it like as soon as possible, like right after we record, so it's ready. But this time, like my sister was here, and since then
you still have a lot of Friday, because last week I had the same thing. I usually edit it on Friday, upload it on Saturday, and then I realized I have none of those days.
Yeah, but I mean, if it comes to worst, I can always do it at the cabin.
Yeah,
like you know
the reason why I didn't keep it for like the airport or whatever was because the uploading to YouTube, if we don't have good Wi-Fi, scared me. But true. I mean, we'll probably have good Wi-Fi.
And I'll try to do it maybe tomorrow evening, tomorrow morning. I don't know. Someday.
We'll figure it out. You guys.
It's not your problem.
You guys do not worry about us.
You'll have an episode. Okay. I think that's enough. That's enough ranting. And let's move into the main part of this episode. So now we're going to talk about the fun facts about our countries. Me being from the Czech Republic, Lauren being from Switzerland.
I know you wanted me to say it. I was like,
did I say it wrong? Like I had to think like, is he from Switzerland?
I am.
Listen, I tried to make it interesting and like not go for the most well-known facts, and I wanted to do it in a way where it's like kind of like culture shocks for other people, but there was nothing in my head.
It's just a normal country.
My mind went blank.
Well, also when like you live there, it doesn't seem weird to me.
Yeah, I know, but like I was trying to think of like things that our friends were surprised about. But I just couldn't think of...
And then when I Googled, all I could find is like, they produce a lot of chocolate. They have a lot of mountains. I was like, no way.
But I mean, most of it, for me, it is like facts like this. But I feel some of it might surprise you.
Okay, well.
Yeah. And one day, maybe we'll do another episode with more like an angle of like culture shocks. People might... Have we not done that?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. So maybe we'll do that. Okay. You have more, so you start.
Okay, so my first one is that military service is mandatory for men. You have to...
Oh my god, that is crazy.
You have two options. You can either go right after high school or postpone it a little bit. Then you can either do like a long one and you're done with it, or you can do one where you kind of have to go back every week. No, excuse me. Not every week. Like once every year, I think, to like do a short period of time. You know, so you can either go, boom, just only military for like a prolonged period of time, get it over with, or you just come back for a little bit of training.
What do you think is more common for guys to do? It's only for men, right? Mandatory for men.
Yeah, only mandatory for men. Or you can not go and pay.
Oh.
But it's like a good amount of money. I think, in my experience, it's more mandatory to do the like longer period of time. What did I say?
Mandatory.
Well, it's more common to do the longer period of time.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I think it's easier. Otherwise, like, you have to organize it with work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your job is going to give you that time off, but, like, it's more difficult, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think most of them, from my experience, they do the longer period of time, and then it's done. Okay. You also go, like, to an evaluation office. So, like, when you turn 18, you go to this event. They evaluate you based on, like, mental health, physical health. And then, like, you might not be like accepted if you have like, I don't know, back issues or, you know, issues like that. So that's also another step.
But then if you're not accepted, you don't have to pay. It's like because you have like a doctor's note or something.
Well, another thing is if you don't go to the like actual military, you go to, what are these called? Like, I want to say social services, but that's not it. Like, you work in like the health sector maybe, or you work as a guard in a prison, or you can like be the person who makes sure the hiking paths are always like at top quality. So if you're somehow, because of health issues, mental issues, can't go to the actual military of it all, you work like in sectors like that. Yeah. Okay.
I found this out myself yesterday, this fact, and I mean it makes complete sense, and it is that the whole like historical Prague city center is in UNESCO. It's like the
really?
Yeah, and it makes so much sense because like we have the town split into like Old Town and New Town. I mean, there's maybe some other parts, but like there's these two parts, and the Old Town is really old.
Okay.
And it's kind of like well preserved. And so I didn't know that the whole city center is UNESCO.
How old is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
The city?
The oldest part, you know.
I don't know. Okay. But I think it was put into UNESCO like I read it yesterday.
Well, we have a lot of other stuff in our
something.
brain. Okay, interesting.
I didn't know that, but like I said, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And maybe that's also why people love Prague. Like, they say it's the most beautiful city in Europe or something, when I'm always like, well, I don't know.
For sure. I mean, I feel like you don't just hang out in the old part. But when people visit, they probably spend a lot of time there.
That's true. That's true.
So, nice. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So my other thing is that everything is closed on Sundays. Like on Saturday, things close early. They close at around 4, and then on Sundays, most places don't open, except for maybe like a little shop at a gas station. Like that'll be open, but everything else is closed. If you do work on Sundays, you earn a lot more money. Obviously, well, I don't know if that's obviously, but you earn a lot more money because like Sundays are important. And also like it's kind of expected for you to be like, you need to be quiet. Like there will be no...
I just remembered something, and I hope you say it in these facts.
Oh, well, okay, that's a lot of pressure. If not, just mention it.
Vacuum thing.
I was just about to say that.
Great.
Like, don't vacuum. Do not
You're
vacuum.
Prohibited to vacuum, right?
Yeah, technically. I mean, I don't think the police is gonna... Like, they're not doing, like, checks, but yeah.
Yeah. But if somebody, like your neighbor called...
If you have a very annoying neighbor, yeah.
Because we were talking about it, and I was saying that it's crazy because, like, if you go either to, like, live abroad or, like, study abroad to Switzerland or, I don't know, work there for 2 months, whatever, and you don't know these rules... Like, I would probably vacuum on Sunday, and I wouldn't know. She vacuums on Sunday a lot, and not a lot, but, like, every once in a while she does, and it always throws me off, and then I have to, or, like, people will be doing laundry, like, and you can hear it, our neighbors, doing laundry at, like, 10 a.m. Sunday morning. Wild to me. Yeah. Wild. So, yeah, like, Sundays are, like, important, and I don't know why, because Switzerland's not very, like, religious. But somehow that's just stuck around. Yeah. I want to say something about, like, now it's connected to Czech language. And because when I was doing my research yesterday, this TikTok came up where this guy was saying that when he moved to the Czech Republic... Sorry. It's just funny that you were doing your research on TikTok. I know. Or when he visited the Czech Republic, he was confused because there was a lot of fucks in sentences.
Oh.
And the thing is, we have a word. It's spelled F-A-K-T, and it means really. So you say
so
fuck.
You say it a lot.
And we don't say fucked. We say it like when you said fast, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. And so he was so confused as to like why we keep saying that. And I mean, it's like there is a more, I never know what to call this, like more grammatically correct way to say the word. Okay. Like it's opravdu, but
that's very different.
It's not incorrect, but it's like
slang.
Slang. Thanks. That's what I wanted to. Yeah. So it's not. We're not. I mean, I feel like Czech people do curse a lot, but
not with that word.
No, not with that word.
Interesting. Okay, then I feel like this one's very basic, but it needs to be mentioned that we have four like official languages. We have German, Italian, French, and Romansh. And
that's true. I did not know that before I met you, and I was so
oh really
surprised.
Oh okay, then maybe it's not that. Maybe it is interesting then.
Because I think I might have been confused about you and Estella, like
why
because
we couldn't communicate.
Yes, I was like, how you're from the same country? Like, what is happening here?
That's true, because she's from the French-speaking and I'm from the German-speaking country, so we would communicate in English, obviously. And yeah, but Romansh, I feel like that's like the smallest, like that's the least well-known one. It's like only spoken by a very like small percentage of the population. And like I'd say, this might be wrong, but I'd say all of them also speak like one of the other official languages. That's why like we don't really learn it at school. Like, you know, like most things are available in French, Italian, and German, like official, like not official documents, but you know, like in the train they'll say it in both French and German or whatever. Romansh not really, and it's also because like a lot of them also speak one of the other languages fluently.
But in school, since like there's multiple official languages, do you have to learn all of them?
No, I learned German, and then I learned French. Like French is mandatory. Italian,
in all of the parts or in your part?
That's a good question. I would say in all of the parts. I'm not sure about the Italian part. But in my part, I'm just going to speak for my part. In the Swiss German part, you learn French for like years, like 10 years. Like you start in 3rd grade and then you just continue. And then Italian, it's offered to you. You can take it in middle school, but not mandatory at all.
Because I feel like if a country has multiple official languages, you should technically be taught all of them. Like, is what would make sense to me. Would. Because if there's a person, like, technically then you can, like, choose a language which you want to speak or, like, choose the part of the country where you want to live. And so then, like, you're Swiss, you speak Italian, there's another Swiss that speaks French. And then I feel like it's, like, weird. I guess, like, if the official documents are offered in all of the languages, it's just, like, it would make more sense to know all of them. And I feel like it would be really cool. Like, yes, I would have wanted that.
I see what you mean. The Romansh thing is just, I guess, because it's such a small part of the population. Honestly, we don't treat them that well. And then Italian, same thing. Like, they are a little bit, like, excluded. And I guess it's also like most of the universities, most of like the jobs are in the German speaking and in the French speaking part.
You know what? I really want to meet a Swiss person from the Italian part, because it may, like, for me, an Italian and a Swiss person are almost like opposites.
Yeah.
Like personality wise, or like, I don't know, like maybe the stereotype would be that Italians are more open and like more friendly or whatever, and then Swiss people are more maybe like introverted or something. Again, it's like the stereotype, obviously not all of them. So like it's really interesting, like this combo that you speak Italian, because Italians are also like, they use like gestures and speak with their body as well. So like
the thing is, like, I feel like what we think of when we think of like Italians is more as like the southern Like, I feel like the further up north you go, the like quieter and the more Swiss they get, you know?
I mean, that's true, because then they also have the mountains. The guys we met a couple of days ago, they were Italians from the north, like from the mountains.
Yeah, there's the Alps. Like, the Alps go right into Italy. But it is interesting because the Italian part of Switzerland, it very much looks like Italy.
Okay.
Like, you have the palm trees, you have the colorful houses. Like, it does very much. Like, when I go there, I do feel like I'm on vacation.
But how the hell did this happen? I mean, it would probably be a whole
history lesson.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane.
Oh, I should probably, what's the word? Not acknowledged. Well, whatever. I should probably talk about the fact. I remember your dad. It was one of the first things he talked to me about when I met him, I think. And it was the fact that now it's correct to say Czechia and not the Czech Republic. I haven't fact-checked this.
Oh, no. So, are you just believing my dad?
Yes. Okay. So don't quote me on this. Maybe I could
quote my dad on this.
I could have done more research. But I just can't seem to use Czechia. It just sounds
a bit weird. Yeah.
Right? It sounds more, I mean, Slavic, which, I mean, that makes sense. But I always tend to say the Czech Republic, even though it's longer. Like, it would be easier to say Czechia.
Yeah. But I guess in Spanish you say Republika Czechia too. What do you say in Czech?
Well, I think the official is Česká republika. Oh. But we do have a short one, and it's Česko.
Okay.
But this thing, I think, is also connected to another thing, because our country, I don't know if it still is. Technically, it has many different, like, not many.
We're giving so much information. Sorry. That's just like, no, but we're just like, we keep saying, I mean, I don't think if this is 100% true.
Well, the thing is, my country is split into regions. I will not tell you how many, because I can't remember. But then we also have, like, a different, like, splitting. What would you call it? Like, what would you... Like
division?
Yes. Division into 3 parts, which is Bohemia, Czechia, I don't know, and then Slezsko. I don't know what it's in English.
Okay.
And so then, like, that part is called Česko, but we call the whole country Česko.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, but I don't think it's the official, like, name of the country. I think
that's
the official name
Republic.
is Česká republika. Yes.
Okay, see, that makes sense why you would say it in English then.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's that way in...
Yeah. Just Czechia sounds weird to me, so that's all. We're going to end this here.
Was that your fact?
Yeah. Well, yeah, technically.
Okay.
We can...
The other fact is that we have shelters for, like, the whole population.
What does that mean?
Like, if there's a bombing, if there's, like, a nuclear attack.
Okay. Because I imagine shelters as, like, a dog shelter, which I guess it makes sense that it's a human shelter as well.
No, it's a human shelter. Like, either you have them in your own home, like, in the apartment I used to live at, like, you had them in the cellar, and, like, that's where we would go. Or then there's public ones, usually at every school, churches, and, like, each person has, like, a designated one, like, depending on where you live, like, you have your designated shelter.
Ooh, I just came up with another fact for my country. Well, continue.
Amazing. And then I'll just mention this in connection to this, but I couldn't think of the word, so maybe you can help me. Nuclear plants. It just worked out.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. If you live, like, in a certain, like, radius around a nuclear plant, the government gives you these, like, pills. And basically, you take them if there's a nuclear, like, explosion. If something happens with the nuclear plant, like, you have these pills and you take them. And for a certain, if I understood correctly, they should prevent you, like, from the radiation for, like, a certain period of time so you can get out of there. And, yeah, because I live close to, like, this one nuclear plant, everybody there got these, like, pills just in case. Yeah.
That's insane. The one I just thought of is that we have metro, but we only have it in the capital. Which, it makes sense because I guess the other... Oh, okay. The other cities are, like, smaller, so it wouldn't make sense. Because, like, here in Spain, they have them... No.
Malaga doesn't have it.
Really? Because I was going to say but that's cercanías. That's true. We use cercanías.
Or buses. That's all
But
I used. And I don't think I would
Valencia
have used
has
buses
metro.
if it
Well,
wasn't-
it's just like in some other big cities they have metro. And we only have it in the capital. And then in the other, well, across the country, like then we have buses and trams. Those are also just
Oh, yeah. We
in
love
bigger
trams in
cities.
Switzerland. Love them.
And trains. Yeah. I don't, maybe it's not that interesting. But
No?
I feel like one time, I think at some point I didn't know it. Like I was way younger probably, but I just haven't thought of it. And then I was just like, oh, it's just the Prague metro. Like there's no other metro in the Czech Republic.
Because you
And
grew
we
up
have,
there.
yeah, and we have 3 lines, and they've been talking about making a 4th one for years. I don't know if it's actually happening, but maybe one day there will be one more.
Okay, so my next one is, I feel like that's kind of well known, but it's that we have like 7 quote unquote presidents. They're not really presidents.
Mm-hmm.
They're
So there's
just
not one big leader of your country?
No. There's 7, and they're like, I call them presidents because they're the highest, like in the political ranking. They're the highest, and they're just, each of them is in charge for a different division. You have one for like external like relations, then you have one for the environment, you have one for like, I don't know, like social stuff like education, and yeah, like based on like their competencies, you just assign them like a division and they're in charge of that. And I think that is a really good idea, honestly. It makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah,
Okay.
that's a fun fact.
Ooh, I feel like this one is really cool. And I remembered in class, I think yesterday, because I saw this meme that said in Spain, or I mean, it was in Spanish, but like in Spain, we don't say this, we say this. And our guy, one Czech guy, like made the whole thing. Like that's how it came about.
What
Like
Czech guy?
this trend. Well, one Czech guy, he was a young, I think, student, and he made an Instagram page where he would say, in Czechia, we don't say, I think that's what the account is even called.
Wow,
And he would make this
trends.
meme, and it blew up. I feel like it might have been like during COVID.
It was a while ago. It's been going on for a while, yeah.
And he made this meme page, and then everyone started to share it. Like it really, like all of a sudden blew up, and everybody was following it, and everybody was talking about it. And then like it spread across the world, and like now they do it everywhere. But I mean, you can trust me 100%, but I think like that's where this whole big trend was born.
Look at you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you guys.
And now every time I see it, I'm like, that's my country.
Influencing the world.
Mm.
Okay, and next one is that your dog has to go to dog school. And that was never crazy to me until I think Sophia sent me something about it. And she was like, this is weird. But yeah, if you have a dog, you have to like, it has to go to school for like a certain period of time to like learn how to behave, you know? You can't just have dogs running around.
But so like if you rescue a dog on the street, like who's gonna know if he went to dog school? Does he get a degree, like a certificate?
Yes, but I guess if the dog was on the street, he won't come with the certificate. It's also about like, you know, the owner understand. It's not just about the dog, it's also about the owner knowing how to handle the dog and how to like treat the dog and like to build a relationship between the two.
I mean, I think it's nice. Like it's not bad at all. Because like at least then
it's
you
just
have
probably
trained
expensive.
dogs.
I haven't looked into that, but it might cost a lot.
I mean, I also realized something about dogs and pets in general this summer because we adopted a new cat, and you have to. But I think, now I can't remember. But I think you have to like register. Dogs for sure. Cats, I don't remember. But like you have to register the dog where you live, like in that town or village or whatever. And you pay a certain amount of money a year. And it differs. I can't remember if depending on how big of a house or like property you have or how big the town is.
Both don't really make sense.
No, I think it's how big of the town is or something like that. And it's weird because I think, like, especially if you have, like, a backyard. I mean, you know, the dog goes to the forest and it poops there probably, but they don't clean it up. So, like, why are we paying to have the dog? Like, they're not doing anything weird for our dog.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, I mean, maybe you could not do that technically, like, because no one
checks it.
No one checks it. Yeah. No one's going to know. But I didn't know that you have to pay. So that's why our dog is registered in my dad's village, because it's cheaper than when we live with one mom.
How weird.
But I don't think it's for other pets, like if you have a hamster or anything. And I don't even think for cats. Okay. I'm not sure, but for dogs 100%.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
This fact probably everyone knows, and it's the fact that we're the biggest consumers of beer, and I think alcohol in general. And it's the even more crazy thing is that it's been like that for 30 years. Like, we've been the number one.
Consistent.
I know. We've been the number one consumers of beer per capita for 30 straight years.
Oh, beer per capita.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the presentation that I did for Bookclub?
Yes.
So we did a presentation, like my group, about this Mexican beer, and we were talking about like the industry in Spain. Mm-hmm. And this one guy from my group said something about Spain being like, but it all makes sense now. Mm-hmm, but he said something about like that Spain consumed the most beer.
Oh. And we were looking at each other confused.
I look over to Kristýna in the audience, and she's like, I think before that you were on your phone, and after that you were on your phone. Before that one moment, she looked up to be like, I don't think so. But if it's per capita,
yeah.
I think it was capita. Like liters of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it makes sense that
Spain's bigger, so it's
obviously it's way bigger.
Good for you guys.
Is it? But I mean, it is debatable. You know, this is an inside joke of our like girl group. But when I went for the drink with the guys with my sister, they kept saying words ending on bull
and not doing this.
No, and I had to hold myself back so much to not do that. Like, I was so tempted every time, and I did a good job. But it's hilarious. And every time I hear a word like that, I just want to say debatable. What was I saying? The alcohol. Well, I was thinking because it is a thing where we start drinking at a really young age. And I was listening to a podcast episode the other day about addictions. And it was a Czech podcast. And they, like, it was like 3 adults. Like, I think one journalist, then like a Czech singer. I don't know what he was doing there. And then I think they invited him to the podcast to like spruce it up. Perspective. And then an expert in like addictology. Mm-hmm. And they were saying like all their stories and like jokes about when you're 10, especially like in certain parts where you're invited to like drink a shot of something to celebrate. And like, it's crazy if you think about it, because
when
like
you're 10,
yeah,
that is very young. Like 13,
it's not like
12,
because it's in the parts. It's like in Morava, I don't know, where like we produce wine. It's like that region is recognized for that. And so then they make a specific like types of alcohol. I don't know what they're called in English. And so like it's kind of normal to like sip a little, or it's not like 10-year-olds that get drunk there. Like it's not that crazy, but it's just like sip or taste. And if you think about it, like that is crazy. But they were also saying that it's kind of working in the sense of like it's quote unquote normal. And like my parents especially didn't prohibit us from doing anything. Like they didn't restrict us, like the opposite. Like from I don't know, like from 14, 15, like when I was 14 or 15, I remember like my mom being like, do you want a glass of wine? And most of the times I was even like, no, I don't even feel like it. And so then I didn't have the urge to go out and get insanely drunk because I was prohibited from doing that.
That's the thing. This might be like, I don't know if this is like bad to say on a podcast, but I do think like it's not bad if you start drinking earlier, and if it's like maybe normalized in like a family setting, like at a dinner, like you'll get a glass of wine because like it's a good like surrounding, you know. And I feel like it's also great in Switzerland, you can start drinking like at 16, Or like beer and wine.
I was
like,
thinking
not
we should
hard
also
liquor.
say the like age restrictions, whatever, in our countries to compare.
What age restriction?
Well, like for example, we can drink from 18.
Okay.
You can
We
drink
can
from
drink
16.
from 16.
And
beer
then
wine.
driving,
Driving 18.
us too. Technically, you can technically drive some other car from 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And then, is there anything else? I feel
Well,
like there
an
was-
adult, you're from 18 on. Taxes
Okay.
from 15 on.
And to legally have sex, we have 15.
I don't know.
Okay. And I
I'd
think
say
that's
16.
okay. And that's all? Or is there anything else age restricted?
Well, when you can work, but I don't know that.
I think we have, like, you can start, like, a part-time job at 15 legally.
Mm.
And then full-time job, I guess, whenever you want.
Okay.
I mean, after that,
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Yeah, so that was just a short.
short summary of the
Yes.
legal issues. No, but like I think it's good that the drinking age is like compared to the US where it's 21, like you're obviously gonna drink before that, or then you don't drink because you have super strict parents or whatever. Then you go to university and you go absolutely crazy, but you don't have any experience with alcohol, so then it's dangerous. You know what I mean? So
And
like,
it's
I think
weird
it's great.
in the US because I think you can. I mean, it's smart in a way where you can start driving at 16 and drink at 21 because then technically you shouldn't be drinking and driving. But it's weird because I feel like, I mean, probably in other countries as well, but like in the US, specifically in some states, it's common to get married really young, and then people get married and they can't even like drink at their wedding
it's
or
wild.
like drink a toast or something.
Yeah. But I think drinking 16, driving 18 also works.
Yeah,
Because then
yeah.
you're 16, that's when you're doing the kind of quote unquote like reckless, like drunk
Yeah.
stuff. And then, you know, you
Yeah.
got it together by 18,
Yeah.
you can drive. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if this is like a smart opinion, but you know. And then another fun fact is that you have to do a bike exam. Like the way you do a...
Oh my god, I remember when you told me, I was like, are you insane?
The way you do a driving exam, you do a bike exam. You do it usually in 6th grade, so you're like 11-ish. And yeah, it's the same thing. You study the theory part. You have to do a theory exam. If you pass the theory exam, then you do the practical exam. You drive around your town. There's like a route you have to take. There's police officers everywhere. They check to make sure you're doing everything right. And then you're allowed to ride a bike. And the reason why they do it, I think, is because in Switzerland it's very common. Like you do it at the end of primary school. And for middle school, most kids then take the bike to school because it's usually like further away, sometimes like out of the neighborhood or town you live in. So I think that's why they want to like force us to know all the rules. Like,
I mean, once again, it's not a stupid thing because technically, like, cyclists, is that a word?
Yeah.
They are a part of like the normal traffic,
Yeah.
like on the street.
Yeah.
So they should know all the signs and all that. So I guess it does
And some
make sense.
people on bikes, I mean,
But I'm not
I
sure.
look at them, I'm like, how are you still alive, my friend?
But I'm not sure about like the age limit with being able to like be actually the part of the traffic, if it's like from 18 on, or if you can do it like whenever you
In
want.
the Czech Republic?
Yeah, because then it would make sense that usually that's another thing. It's really, really common to like once you turn 18 to do a driving license, which I feel like it's not a thing in all countries.
Yeah. I guess it also always depends cities versus towns.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, we usually started like 17 to actually get it at 18. So then you would have the knowledge of that.
Yeah.
And then if you want to take a bite and
I guess so.
drive it in the normal traffic. But I feel like you probably can do that even younger. So I don't know.
You never rode your bike around a city
I did, but I never thought about...
when you were younger? You just did it.
Well, when I was really like, young, when I was a kid, like I would only drive or use it
Behind
in my village.
parents. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I don't drive a bike a lot, so.
You stay away from that. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have
Oh, it's
more?
my turn?
Yes.
Well, I have two that I will just like quickly mention because we're also running out of time, which I didn't expect.
No, honestly.
And one of them is that we love to pick mushrooms. Like it's a whole thing that we do. Like when it's the season, when I can't remember when it is, but when there's season, you just like a lot of people just go to the forest and pick mushrooms, and then we cook them, freeze them, eat them. It's a whole thing.
How fun.
You go with a basket. We used to do that as kids a lot.
Really?
Yeah, especially at our cabin.
Oh, so it's not like a thing you do when you're like professional. Like you do it.
No, you do it just like it's a fun activity.
That's cool.
That people love to do. And the other thing is that we're one of the least religious countries in the world.
Interesting.
I think there was like a percentage, like 19% people are Christian, and then 80% are atheists or something. So we're not very religious.
What about all the other religions?
We're like, the people that are religious are mostly Christians.
Okay.
And then I guess
that's interesting also that all the other religions are a very small percentage. Wow.
Yeah.
I can end on... Yeah, I'm just going to end on this one, which is that you know how certain animals are like, they can't be by themselves? Like cows. Cows are made to be like in company.
Yeah.
Same thing with like hamsters are made to be alone because they will eat each other. And the thing is, if you get a pet in Switzerland that's like one of those pets that like shouldn't be by themselves, then it's illegal to like get only one. Like you have to buy 2 bunnies or...
Oh.
Yeah.
What if one of them dies? You have to buy another one?
No, I don't think necessarily, but people usually do. Or they will like bring it back to where they bought it so it can be like in company there and doesn't have to be by itself like
interesting.
But that's like
that's so cute.
A legal thing.
Yeah. We're famous for like making handmade crystal.
Oh.
And also like porcelain dining sets. And so usually, and like especially the porcelain dining sets, like if you see it, you know it's like our thing. And so it's funny because like when we went to New York last October, like we were in this random cafe and my mom was like, this was made in the Czech Republic. Like there were some plates on the wall.
That's crazy.
And you just like recognize it.
See, but this is more interesting than Switzerland produces chocolate because like I feel like people don't know about it that much. That's interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I have one more thing, which I mean, we're running out of time, but I thought it's kind of like interesting. So we have a John Lennon wall in the city of Prague, and it used to be like a place to write political statements. And now it's like an ever-changing wall where there's like new stuff like covering the old stuff like all the time. But I read an article, and I think from like 2019, like technically only artists can like paint on it like properly, and then I think like other people can take a pencil and like write something.
Okay, but no proper painting.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have one more that I forgot.
Okay.
But I'll just say real quick. It's that I think this is maybe common knowledge, but it's that we vote on literally everything.
No, I don't think it's common knowledge. I was also surprised by that. Or I'm maybe stupid, so.
We vote on everything, like on a regional... I was just gonna let that go. On a regional level, we vote on like literally should this building be built here, should this parking lot be built here. And on a national level, we vote on like should cows have horns, you know, like everything. And we vote multiple times a year, which is I think also why usually a lot of people don't vote. Like last time we voted, it was like 40% of the population actually voted. But yeah, anything and everything needs to like go through the public first. Yes.
Which theoretically is a good idea, but practically it's not really working, right?
It's okay. It's just the problem is, I think like, again, a lot of people don't vote. So it's always like the same people that vote. And a lot of the topics are very abstract. So you like... a lot of the times people won't vote because they don't understand it. And like there's ways where like organizations try to like make it like comprehensive, especially if it's like a financial thing, but like if you don't have like the background knowledge, it's only you can only understand so much. But like it is a good thing. I just think, I don't know, more people should vote, you know. Yeah, so there should be some more like initiative put into place there. But yeah.
Book
Book
Club.
Club.
So once again, I didn't read anything. Like, not a single page.
You know what I did? I as I said, I went to Germany. And I had 2 days of basically traveling. I also had layovers, so, there was a lot. There was a lot going on. So I was like, you know what? I packed one book. And I was like, no, this is not enough. What if I finish the one book on my first flight and then I have another 3 flights with nothing to read? So I brought a whole second book. Guess how much I read?
Nothing.
Oh, I actually did read like 10 pages.
Okay.
But
I did the
10
same
pages.
I did the same thing for Portugal because I took the Little Prince.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's there. Which it's such a short book, such a tiny little book. I could read it in one sitting, and I just haven't I'm almost halfway through, and I just want to finish it so I could give it back to my friend. I haven't done it, and then to Portugal, I also took a whole nother book because I was like, literally, I can finish this in half an hour, and I haven't read at all, and I think it's again like the Little Prince. It's fine. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing bad. It's just, I guess, nothing like that exciting because I already know the story. And so I'm not as excited to read it. And so then I don't read at all.
Yeah.
And also another factor is like the book commentary. So technically in my head, I'm like, I shouldn't be starting like any other book because I'm the type of person that only has to read one book at a time, not 4 at a time. If I could read multiple at a time, then I could be reading my book. And then when the time comes, I could be reading the one for school. But I don't do that. So then I rather don't read anything, which is stupid, but that's how it is. So honestly, I haven't been reading at all.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
Honestly, I did the 10 pages that I read from Happy Place. Like, it is like growing on me. Like, it did kind of. The thing is now I just don't have any time. Yeah. The thing is it's just like slow burn. But like it's a little bit too slow. Okay. But we're getting there,
Okay, so we're not reading. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll go back to it. Because I bought the new books in the bookstore and I thought I would have time to read them all before I go home. But I mean, if I don't, I'll just leave them here. I guess a couple of them. Yeah. It's fine. Now that my friend is coming, I can give her stuff to. I'm literally going to tell her, don't bring anything. Just bring a big empty backpack. And so I can give you stuff. Because I am starting to get stressed about like not being able to transfer things. Same. Whatever. And then I've been continuing watching Gilmore Girls. Still love it. Although I've been seeing a lot of like Gossip Girl content on social media or like people talking about it, and I'm like, I really want to watch it again because I feel like I haven't watched it in a really long time.
I haven't watched either of them.
But I mean, I'll continue Gilmore Girls. And did I watch anything else?
I didn't
either. Ooh, I started watching the new season of Elite. Which I didn't even know there was going to be a new season.
Why did I think it was done after the last season?
Maybe me too. Honestly, I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, I don't remember things that happened. I don't remember who the people are. But I'm mostly watching it to practice Spanish. Because that's, like, a show I've started since the first season. But I think I used to watch it in Spanish with English subtitles because I don't like dubbings. So I had English subtitles and then I slowly like moved towards Spanish with Spanish subtitles. And so I'm watching it to like practice Spanish.
That's good.
And I watched like the first 2 episodes because they're really long. Yeah. But I think I when my sister was here, I wanted to watch a Christmas movie with her. Oh. But somehow we haven't gotten around to it because we were just doing stuff or coming home late.
It's always the same thing with those Christmas movies.
But I really want to... I mean, I still have time, but I would like to start watching. Yeah. But now's not the time, to be honest.
No, maybe next week. We'll try again.
But from like cultural stuff... I wanted to mention the app from yesterday. Oh. It's called Moment, and then it has some other, I can't check, but it's something like keep your closest memories or something like that. Because when you put like the word moment in App Store, it shows a bunch of different apps, so you don't know which one it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, moment and then cherish life's little memories. That sounds too long. Well, something like that. Whatever. You can find it on Instagram.
On Instagram, it's moment_app_.
Yeah. And my mind went blank. I discovered it yesterday when like this reel came up from a girl that was like explaining. It's like, oh, hey, if you want, blah, 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 you know, the normal thing.
The usual.
And so she described the app. Then I went to the Instagram profile of the app to like see more. And it's supposed to be like what Instagram was supposed to be before it like transformed into what it is now. And it's basically like a social media app without influencers, without ads, without anything like this. And it's literally just for you to like post photo dumps. I haven't checked if you can post a video yet. And also it's only for Apple devices. And it's like you can post photo dumps, you can write a little caption, you can add the date, whatever. And then it will create this like timeline. And it's literally for you to keep and cherish memories like this. They even said like these mundane days or moments. For example, yesterday when we were studying in the library, like I could put a couple of pictures up and write like we went to study after this and this because of this, like just put whatever I want. And then one day you'll like look back at it and like remember this. And I think it's such a really nice thing because that's basically what I've been trying to do with all my photo albums. Yeah. But here you actually have like a space to put a specific date, and I think even keywords, because like I said, it will create a timeline, and you can even look through the timeline because one day you'll have a lot of posts there, and you can look through specific things either by date or I think the keywords, and you also can share it with only like the people you choose. So it's not, I mean, I guess that's maybe a little bit like a private account on Instagram. So here you choose specific people,
I guess so,
and they can also like comment. And
I think it's also nice for like long distance friends.
Yeah, it's for you, but also for your friends to see. I mean, kind of like be real as well, but it's more than just a picture, and you can like look through the timeline, like I said. So I feel like it's a combination of like social media, but honestly, from what it sounds like, I just downloaded it. I haven't posted anything yet, and I'm trying to like get people to get it too, so we can like use it together. But so far, from what I've seen and heard, it truly like is exciting, and it feels like it is finally like some type of social media what like existed before all like the you can make money with social media and like influencers and ads and algorithms and all that. So we'll see. I really want to start using it, and I'll maybe update you later when I actually start using it.
I mean, I think it's even great because of what's happening with Instagram, where honestly you don't really see your friends' posts anymore. Yeah, because exactly. They show you so much other stuff. They show you ads, they show you recommendations, but they will not show you. You know, sometimes I open my phone and I see like a friend's post, but then it somehow refreshes. And then I'm like, okay, let me just scroll down to where that was, and it sometimes I don't even get there, and I give up. You know, and I don't follow that many people.
No, me neither. But it's all the stuff like recommended to you, ads, just like random stuff that you don't like. Okay, if there's an explore page where you have all of these random things, just keep it there. But why do they have to put it in the like feed, whatever it's called thing as well? I do not
understand. So I think it's also great because that's kind of annoying me at this point, you know?
So I think it's really new because I looked at App Store and like the first version launched at like 2 months ago, and it's made like I think a group of university students, I don't know if it was Columbia University, something like that, made it, and they're trying to take down other social media with this new one.
It's pretty cool.
So we'll see. I'm excited to start using it.
Yeah, I think I'll try it out too.
Yeah.
And then
Song of the Week.
Yes. We've gotten better at this. Okay, so I think mine is, I mean, in general, I would like to give a shout out to Chelsea Cutler's new album, which I don't remember the name of. It's called Stellaria.
Interesting.
But I love her. I love like the collab album that she did with Jeremy Zucker. Love her. Been waiting for this album for a while, and I love it all. My favorite one that I'm gonna choose is "Hold Me While It's Ending." I love that one.
My song is "Bang Bang" by, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like Gay Non, maybe, and Adam Levine. This, I don't know what it is, but
not a clue.
And it's such like an energetic song. Like if you want to get in the mood like of energy or like just dance, it's a really great song.
It's interesting. Isn't the like Jessie J song called?
Yes,
the
but
exact
it's
same. Yeah, but it's the exact same name, right?
I guess so, but I guess that happens a lot in the music industry, no? Especially if they choose like one word or two word song title.
Oh, I guess so. I guess so.
And, you know, a new album of Tate McRae is coming out December 8th.
Really?
It is making me exciting, too. I think she's really blowing up a lot right now.
Isn't she touring through Europe right now?
I think she's just announced it.
Oh, I thought I was, like, missing a show in Switzerland.
Maybe she's touring in the U.S.
And she's about
to. I think she just announced a tour in Europe. And it's just all these people, all of the sudden,
are going on tour.
Right?
The semester I'm not in Europe, they're all coming to Europe, and it is driving me crazy.
It's driving me crazy because I don't want to buy tickets in Antwerp because it's just weird when I'm not even there yet. Like, that's the thing. Because I have seen experiences around me with Erasmus that fell through. Yeah. And so I don't want to do that. Like, if I buy one, that's fine because I can just plan a trip and go. But I can do it like
I bought the Niall Horan one, but now like everybody else is announcing concerts too, and I don't have it. And like I spend concert money pretty like recklessly, so like for me to be like, but I can't, like everybody's announcing it, I can't continue buying tickets for a country I'm not in. But it's so many like
good people that I would love to see. It's difficult,
but I'll just see if I can somehow get them last minute. I'll get them last minute. You know, like
that's true.
I'll see when I'm down there, but it's a bit too risky.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah. And I would love to go like in Prague, but it's always like the dates just don't work.
Yeah.
So, well, that's it. So thanks for listening. You can reach out to us on social media if you want.
Yes. And answer the little question that we post on Spotify.
Once again, there's a question when you pull up the podcast episode, like the question is right there, so please answer so we can like connect.
And please better. Under the photo dump, or honestly wherever, I do not care, let us know like your like weird fun facts about your country.
Yes, we really want to know.
I love those. I love those, like the things that seem normal to you because you grew up there, but then you tell it to other people and they're like, wait a second. So please let us know. And
I think it could be like a good variety of like different countries.
Yeah.
So please do that. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
If you want to get in touch, you can find all of our information in the description below.